Junkrat received some interesting changes in the form that his concussion mine has now received an additional charge. This might not seem like much, but the added damage or DPS capabilities and the mobility will help him get out of sticky situations and overall improve his character. Junkrat also received a buff to his Riptire ultimate, as it now has a 30% increased move speed and no longer degenerates time while riding on walls, making it easier to navigate over terrain. Widowmaker saw some pretty decent buffs on the PTR recently. The grappling hook cooldown is reduced from 12 seconds to 8, giving her more mobility more often. Another change that she saw was the changes to her venom mine. These changes allow her to see enemies through the walls when the mine is triggered for a short period of time. Orisa received some small buffs that will have a huge impact on her character and the way she's played. Her projectile speed has been increased, making it a lot easier to track targets that are moving, and just allows her to output more damage quicker. One of the more substantial changes for her is her barrier has now been increased in size by 20%, allowing it to cover more area. Roadhog, historically speaking, has not been in the best place lately. His recent nerfs to his hook combination has left him in a spot that many players deem unplayable. He's seen as just an ultimate charger for the enemy team, but hopefully with these new PTR changes, things will change, and maybe he will fill the role of a tank, which he is supposed to. His biggest changes is that he can now move and heal at the same time, at full speed even. Also, while healing, he will receive a 50% damage reduction buff. This allows him to tank much more damage while on the move. In this new game mode, 8 players will go head to head in a classic FPS free-for-all deathmatch. Players will earn 1 point each time they land a final blow on an enemy, while also losing 1 point for any deaths that occur, let this be self-inflicted damage or environmental deaths. The players will battle it out until one of the players reaches the score of 20, with all scores being tracked by a new type of scoreboard. In Team Deathmatch, 2 teams or 4 players will battle it out until one team reaches the score of 30 points. In the same fashion as the free-for-all, each player kill will secure 1 point for their team, and each death within the team will lose their team 1 point. An important thing to note that if any player is resurrected before they respawn, the point will be deducted from the enemy team as if the kill never happened.